The Maurya Empire, which flourished in the Indian subcontinent between 322 BCE and 185 BCE, stands as one of the largest and most influential empires in ancient history. Its formation marked a significant transformation in Indian politics, culture, and economics, shaping the future of the Indian subcontinent for centuries. The Maurya Empire is particularly notable for its political organization, military conquests, economic innovations, and religious developments, most famously associated with Emperor Ashoka. This article delves into the history of the Maurya Empire, its rise and fall, the key figures involved, and its lasting impact on India and the world. Early foundations and rise of the Maurya Empire. The foundation of the Maurya Empire can be traced back to the end of the 4th century BCE, following the decline of the Nanda dynasty. The Nandas had established a strong central authority in the northern Indian subcontinent, but their reign faced internal unrest and dissatisfaction. The fall of the Nanda dynasty paved the way for a new power, which was established by Chandragupta Maurya. Chandragupta Maurya, r. 322 BCE, 297 BCE, Chandragupta Maurya, the founder of the Maurya Empire, was born in a humble family in the northern part of India. Historical accounts suggest that he was inspired by the teachings of the teacher and strategist Chanakya, also known as Kautilya, who played a pivotal role in Chandragupta's rise to power. Chanakya's treatise, the Arthashastra, which detailed statecraft, politics, and military strategy, would go on to be one of the most significant texts in ancient Indian political thought. Chandragupta's rise began with his overthrow of the Nanda dynasty, supported by Chanakya's political acumen and strategic guidance. He first established control over the region of Magadha, which was one of the most powerful kingdoms in ancient India. Magadha, located in present-day Bihar, provided the ideal base for consolidating power. With Chanakya's counsel, Chandragupta expanded his dominion by defeating the Nandas, eventually assuming control over much of northern India. Chandragupta's early conquests were focused on establishing control over the rich and fertile regions of the Gangetic Plains, including key cities like Pataliputra, modern-day Patna, which became the capital of the Maurya Empire. Under his leadership, the Mauryas extended their influence over the neighboring states of Kalinga, Kosala, and the regions around the western Indian subcontinent. One of the most significant challenges that Chandragupta faced during his reign was the invasion of Alexander the Great and his successors in the northwest of India. Alexander's army had marched across the northern parts of India, but after his death in 323 BCE, his empire disintegrated. Chandragupta capitalized on this opportunity by expanding into the territories left vacated by Alexander's successors, notably establishing control over the northwestern regions. Chandragupta's success was not just based on military conquest, but also his ability to establish an efficient administrative system. He organized the empire into several provinces, each overseen by a governor. His rule was characterized by centralization, where he maintained control over the region's economy, military, and political functions. Furthermore, Chandragupta adopted many administrative practices from Persian and Greek models, which helped him maintain stability in the empire. Chandragupta's reign is also noteworthy for his eventual abdication in favor of his son, Bindusara. After a successful reign, Chandragupta became a follower of Jainism, abdicated the throne, and retired to the south of India. His retirement marked the beginning of the next phase of the Mauryan Empire under his son, Bindusara. Bindusara, from 297 BCE to 273 BCE, Bindusara, the son of Chandragupta Maurya, succeeded his father as the ruler of the Maurya Empire. His reign, though less detailed in historical records, was marked by the expansion and consolidation of the empire's vast territories. Bindusara successfully maintained the empire's power and extended Mauryan influence over southern India. He also continued the policies of his father, with a strong focus on centralization and the maintenance of a powerful army. Under Bindusara's rule, the Maurya Empire controlled nearly the entire Indian subcontinent, with the notable exception of the southernmost regions, which remained under local rulers. Bindusara's reign is also recognized for fostering the growth of trade, commerce, and the arts, which flourished due to the empire's well-maintained infrastructure and stable governance. However, Bindusara's reign ended prematurely, and it was his son Ashoka who would emerge as the most famous ruler in the history of the Maurya Empire. Ashoka the Great ruled from 273 BCE to 232 BCE. Ashoka, the third emperor of the Maurya dynasty, is perhaps the most well-known ruler of ancient India. His reign marked the peak of the Maurya Empire, both in terms of territorial expansion and cultural achievements. Ashoka's transformation from a fierce military leader to a champion of peace and religious tolerance makes his life and reign one of the most remarkable stories in world history. Initially, Ashoka followed the expansionist policies of his predecessors. Early in his reign, he embarked on a series of military campaigns to expand the empire's borders. The most significant of these was the Kalinga War, fought around 261 BCE. Kalinga, located in modern-day Odisha, was one of the last independent kingdoms in India to resist Mauryan control. The Kalinga War was one of the bloodiest conflicts in ancient India, with massive casualties on both sides. According to historical sources, the brutality of the war and the immense suffering it caused deeply affected Ashoka. The destruction and death that he witnessed led to a profound personal transformation. After the Kalinga War, Ashoka underwent a dramatic change in character. Disturbed by the carnage and the moral consequences of his military campaigns, Ashoka embraced Buddhism and adopted a policy of non-violence and religious tolerance. His conversion to Buddhism was not merely personal, it became the cornerstone of his reign. Ashoka's embrace of Buddhism led him to champion the spread of Dharma, moral law, advocating for peace, compassion, and tolerance. He sent missionaries across the Indian subcontinent and to foreign lands, including Sri Lanka, to propagate Buddhist teachings. He also had Buddhist scriptures and edicts inscribed on stone pillars, known as Ashoka's edicts, which have been found in various parts of India and beyond. The edicts of Ashoka are significant because they provide valuable insights into his reign and his ethical and philosophical views. The edicts focus on the importance of moral conduct, respect for all living beings, and the need for religious tolerance. Ashoka also promoted welfare measures such as the construction of hospitals, wells, and roads for the benefit of the people. Under Ashoka, the Maurya Empire reached its territorial zenith, controlling almost the entire Indian subcontinent, except for the southern tip of the peninsula. His empire spanned from the eastern parts of present-day Afghanistan to the Bay of Bengal in the east, and from the Himalayas in the north to the Deccan Plateau in the south. Ashoka's reign is often regarded as a golden age of Indian civilization due to the peace, prosperity, and cultural achievements that characterized his empire. Ashoka's reign had a profound and lasting impact on India and the world. His support for Buddhism led to the global spread of the religion, particularly in Southeast Asia, where Buddhism would later become the dominant religion. Ashoka's efforts in promoting ethical governance and social welfare contributed to the development of a more humane and just society. His reign is considered a model of enlightened leadership, and his commitment to peace and tolerance remains an inspiration for rulers and leaders worldwide. However, after Ashoka's death in 232 BCE, the Maurya Empire began to decline. The vast territories of the empire were difficult to govern, and the central authority weakened. Over time, the empire splintered, and regional governors gained more independence. The Mauryan dynasty eventually collapsed around 185 BCE with the assassination of the last Mauryan ruler, Brihadratha. The decline of the Maurya Empire was a gradual process that was marked by several factors. One of the primary reasons was the weakening of central authority following Ashoka's death. His successors were unable to maintain the same level of control over the vast empire, and regional leaders began to assert their power. The economic burden of maintaining a large empire also led to internal unrest, as the centralized administration became less efficient over time. Additionally, the external pressures from nomadic invasions, particularly from the northwest, further destabilized the empire. The Greco-Bactrian kingdoms in the northwest and the Indo-Greeks posed constant challenges to the Maurya's hold on the region. Over time, the Maurya Empire fragmented into smaller kingdoms, and its political unity disintegrated. Despite its eventual decline, the Maurya Empire left an indelible mark on Indian history. Under the leadership of Chandragupta, Bindusara, and Ashoka, the Maurya Empire created a lasting legacy of political organization, cultural achievement, and religious transformation. Ashoka's adoption of Buddhism and his advocacy for peace and moral governance continue to inspire people today. The Maurya Empire stands as a monumental chapter in the history of the Indian subcontinent, influencing both the political and cultural landscape of ancient India and beyond.